It's that time again as Iron Country brings you the Fishin Hole. Keep up to date with the latest products and learn fishing tactics from some of the best anglers across North America.
Let's give him a warm welcome this morning to the Fishin Hole 2014 National Freshwater Fishing Hall of Fame inductee Dale Stroschein. And this week's guest, we are going to introduce to you Larry Smith from Larry Smith Outdoors. We bring you another fantastic guest this week. It's legendary Al Linder on the Fishin Hole.
And my pleasure to be here, Jeff. Looking forward to it.
Here's your host, Hurricane Jerry.
Good morning, Hurricane Jerry with you as we talk fishing, as we always do every Saturday morning in the State Line area. We do this every Saturday at 7:20 a.m. here on Iron Country 1019 and 1490. You can stream at ironcountry.fm and just go to our website, download the free app for you, and you can actually listen there or even on your Alexa. And today's show is brought to you by Jerry's Sports Service in Beloit, located along the Rock River just off of Highway 51, home of the ultimate fishing boats from Lund. They've got a very low inventory this year, so if you're looking to buy a Lund, you want to hurry up and do so now. They have a brand new line of the 2021s. And don't forget, they repair all makes and models. Give Beaver a call today at 608-365-4520. And you can visit them online at jerrysboats.com. The whole month of February, we are going to feature Ladies on Ice. And, what a better way to kick off the month of February with this new feature I'm going to have here in the Fishin Hole. The sport is totally growing. You're seeing more women anglers on the ice, in not only ice, but open water. And we're going to kick it off with Barb Carey, who is the founding member of Wisconsin Women Fish. And Barb, how has the ice fishing been so far this year in 2021 or 2020 and 2021? Hopefully I said that right, but how's it been so far?
Well, I think I'm having one of my best years yet. I mean, I have just been so fortunate. I've been landing these 14-inch mega crappies. And it's like those fish that when you bring through the hole, you just have it take it back, and you're like, oh, my God, look at the size of that.
Yeah, and the high-fiving and all that's going on. And, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I started out in Lake of the Woods in early December, kind of the earliest we've ever been up there. We had the Women on Ice event up there, and we're good friends with the people up in the Tourism Bureau there. Joe Henry's a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you know him.
Yep, definitely.
And, we ended up into some huge pike up there, and, like 40-inch pike. So just walleye fishing with light jig rods. So that was a lot of fun. Right,
yeah. And I did see some of those pictures of those pike on social media and Facebook, and the markings on some of them fish are absolutely beautiful. It was just amazing to see.
Yeah, and the weather this year, it's like, what happened to our Arctic winter? I don't even think I've been in the shack. I've been fishing outside the whole time, all season long so far.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that something? I know I was over on the Mississippi a few weeks back, and also we fished Lake Koshkonong, and we didn't even pull out the ice shanties. Didn't even bring it with. I brought one of my clam hubs I got, and I figured, okay, I'm going to have that just to pop in and out, just to warm up a bit, and I never even did. We just hole hopped, and that's something that I think in North Dakota too. I've been talking to some of the guides up there, and they haven't had that real good Arctic front to come in and really make a lot of ice.
Well, that's the downside. There has not been a lot of ice. In fact, I've been fishing some on Castle Rock around here, and what we found is like maybe 8 to 10 inches in that little Yellow River area of the Dirty Turtle there.
Yep.
And then I went to check the Main Lake Basin, and I ran into a spot where I was at 4.5 inches, and I backed out of there carefully because I was on my ATV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was just like, ooh, boy, that's not good.
Right, yeah, that's something, that will scare you a little bit. And, it's we've got the same thing in the Madison chain. I've been fishing, wanting to get out and do some perch fishing on the Madison chain. I know Lake Kegonsa, very popular lake for perch. You're getting anywhere between 4 and 6 inches of ice, and the further out you go, you got to be careful. We had some open pockets out there, and you might have only 2 or 3 inches of ice. So you got to be absolutely careful when fishing there. I know you've been fishing the Lake of the Woods. Did you catch any walleyes up there, or any saugers?
Yes, we had fish after fish. We didn't get into a bunch of big ones, but we did have nonstop action all day. You're catching 60, 70 fish, plenty of eaters. So it's really fun fishing.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We didn't get in, I've been watching the reports over there at River Bend Resort where we stayed, and they've been getting some, 28, 30 inches now more recently, but we kind of missed that big run. I think some people were still fishing in the river, but that was a little bit too sketchy over there for me to go in there. I wasn't going to be going in there. Right.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're just tuning in, we've got Barb Carey with us. And again, today's show is brought to you by Sullivan Tip Downs, made by skilled tool makers in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Like them on Facebook. Watch them on Mondays for your chance to win. Make your Mondays not suck. You can visit sullivantipdown.com. Barb, we're talking a little bit off air prior to the show, and you've been up in the UP. Now, what are we catching up there? A week or so back.
Well, huge gills and crappies. And when you see those pictures of some of those gills with the big foreheads, I always think that's that Minnesota strain. Mm-hmm. They have those hybrids in there, and I just never seem to catch great big giant ones like that around Wisconsin, but up in the UP, I just happen to find a couple lakes that are unbelievable. You got to kind of work for them. And what I found is, some lakes, those crappies are kind of roaming in the main lake basin. And these ones are kind of, held up in these mega weed pockets. And so you'll get like 1 or 2 or 3 fish out of a pocket and then have to find a different pocket. And I've caught 14-inch crappies and 10-inch bluegills back-to-back out of the same hole.
Oh, wow. That's pretty neat, yeah.
Yeah, and they're just beautiful, And what people talk about nowadays is how much fishing pressure there is everywhere, especially Minnesota. They've been complaining about just with COVID, everyone's getting outside and the lakes are jam-packed. But I've been fishing lakes over there, and I'm the only one on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. It's like a secret. I shouldn't even be telling you about it.
Have you had a chance to fish Mille Lacs at all yet in Minnesota?
Not this year. I fished it in the past a couple times. In fact, I used to take groups of Wisconsin women fish there to super shacks every year, and then it got all wanky there for a while with their limits and kind of. But the fishing is phenomenal. I mean, whether you keep them or get 1 or 2, that's a walleye factory over there.
Yeah. What about Red Lake, Upper Red Lake? Did you get a time on that body of water so far yet?
Not this year. That's another one where, when we were going up to Lake of the Woods, just the traffic up there, it was like bumper cars, everybody going to Red Lake. And yeah. I got a buddy of mine up there right now, and she said it's the Dead Sea right now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Tough bite going on.
Yeah, when you're in those rental shacks, you're kind of at their mercy.
Yes.
And you're either on them or not, it seems like. It's really nice to have your own transportation and to be able to, mosey around as you wish.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. We booked a trip to Devil's Lake, North Dakota a few years ago, and we were in a permanent shack, but yeah, we were just trapped. We couldn't get out and look for the perch, and we were stuck catching walleyes, which was good. We had some action, walleyes and pike, but yeah, your mobility is definitely the key. Now, we're into February now. Any late ice trips planned with you, Barb, coming up here?
Well, every year we go up to the Chippewa flowage in March for crappies, and that is so fun. We stay at Deerfoot Lodge, and there's quite a elaborate snowmobile system, and we kind of that sneak on the trails to get to these holes. In that time of year in March, what we found is, I can adjust my Navionics app on my phone to highlight all the holes like between 28 and 32 feet. So I make those pink. So then I have these big round pink circles of these small areas relatively close to the resort. And I'll just kind of get a batch of gals and drop them on each one of those holes. And before you know it, everybody's catching fish. They don't have to be on top of each other. It seems like if you can get in that depth,
right,
the fish are there that time of year. So, we just offered a class through Wisconsin Women Fish on Navionics. I mean, what a tool that is.
Oh, yeah.
How far that's come. I mean, really, that's, and that's the thing about this ice fishing and what I've been focusing on this year with the gals is, you learn how to dress, you learn how to, jig and read electronics and everything, but that last piece of the puzzle is finding the fish.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing a couple advanced classes where the gals that have ATVs and stuff, we'll go out running and gunning with them and just teaching them how to pick spots on maps. And that's really kind of what creates an independent angler. And you're not waiting for somebody to tell you where to go, and that's when you've jumped up to that next level. Yeah,
that's a kind of a neat thing what you do there. You're building, independence. That's a great word, a great term to use when doing it on your own and trying to figure it out on your own. I think it makes it more satisfying when you can do that, and that's for sure. And tell us a little bit, Barb, for any lady anglers listening to the show right now or that want to get involved with Wisconsin Women Fish, how do you actually become a member and be a part of this, really unique type of really a fishing club? Tell us how you can become a member.
Well, it's actually deceiving because it's Wisconsin Women Fish, but we have women from 16 states and 2 Canadian provinces. So we're pretty spread out, and what a $35 a year membership will get you is discounts on all sorts of major companies' gear and kind of a networking. It's a closed forum. We have a secret Facebook page, and gals are asking questions and sharing information, and we're doing videos and tips. And I just did a live video for them today, telling them exactly where I was and what I was using and what was working and what wasn't. And these women are learning so much, even if they never even have to go to an event. Especially with COVID, we're kind of being super cautious and doing a lot of stuff, but our virtual online class stuff has been very popular. And women just feel so comfortable in that environment. They're not worried about asking a stupid question, and no one is making a rude comment to them. And, it's just kind of such a wonderful place for women anglers to go, even if they don't plan on attending anything. Just getting the discounts alone is worth your membership fee.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the key is feeling comfortable and just being yourself. And then you can, actually learn a sport that I think is growing among a lot of people, especially with COVID now. And, we're seeing more and more women anglers, not only on the ice, but open water. I know we talked a little bit, I think last year, about how you're starting to see, a lot of women basically doing, loading up the boat, backing it in, and just being independent and doing their own thing. And I think that's fantastic. And I think it's great that what you do for the ladies in the industry is doing that. And it's definitely growing for sure. And that's kind of why I wanted to, feature all women anglers on the ice here in the month of February. And I definitely appreciate, Barb, you coming on the show. And I want to talk, a little bit later on this spring with you, get you back on. We'll talk, the salmon fishing. I know that you're very passionate about that, and that's something I just, basically scrape the surface there, and you're really into it. And I definitely want to talk some fishing later on this early spring and summer.
Yeah, now early spring, now we go chase some